Welcome back. Welcome home. It's the You Are Here podcast, episode 278. If you're listening right now, just want to say thank you, first and foremost, for continuing to tune in. If this is your first episode, welcome home. The door's open. The fire's on. Mike isn't here right now, but I will be speaking to y'all today by myself. We're doing a solo episode, a solo each. I really enjoyed doing this last time. When I get one and Mike gets one, I think it's just a cool way of like checking in. And it always feels like therapy. I don't know why, to talk to yourself out loud like this. It's a strange thing. But anyway, welcome back, welcome home. You Are Here podcast. Thank you again. First, some sponsors. Shout out Coach O'Hagan at O'HaganCareerCoaching.com. Once we get out into the workforce and like before you get any kind of like big break, or you've been working maybe a job, a couple part-time jobs or whatever, and you're looking to get in this big full-time job, it can be scary. It can be something that's, it's like a different language. It's just a scary environment you've never been near before. I know my first interview, I wore like a suit too, and it was like a very much not a suit vibe. But O'HaganCareerCoaching.com, Coach O, he's our guy. He's going to coach you up for the big game. He's going to get you ready. You're going to strategize. You're going to have one-on-one meetings. You can pick any plan on the website. It's going to be listed here. But yeah, you're going to reach out to Coach O. He's going to get you ready for that job interview. He's had 35 years plus of experience, and now he's been helping and he's been giving his knowledge back. He's managed huge teams in big business, and he's helped people get their job of their dreams. I've seen it happen many times. So we're going to direct you to go hit up O'HaganCareerCoaching.com. Let's get you the big game. Let's get you the big job from the big game, okay? Listen to Coach O. He's going to get you there. O'HaganCareerCoaching.com. Next, I got to shout out my boy, official sponsor of the You Are Here podcast, Anytown Actors Lab. Guys, I don't know where else to send you. This is it. I say it every week, but it's the truth. AnytownActorsLab.com. My boy, Adam Louder. I've seen this dude blossom from an incredible actor to an incredible director, writer, producer, and he's an incredible fucking teacher. The guy does it all. But I'm telling you, as an acting teacher, just go watch his videos. Go on YouTube. Go on TikTok. He's giving away information for free. He curates these incredible videos, and he gives away what we've taken years to grasp, that we had to like rehearse every day to even begin to understand and have light bulbs go off. He's filtering it and processing it and giving it to you for free. Go watch those videos. Go to YouTube. His YouTube, his TikTok. Check them out. And then when you see those, I know you're going to want to hit him up at AnytownActorsLab.com. You get a free consultation. Go learn how to act truthfully under imaginary circumstances. All right. Patreon.com/You Are Here podcast. If you are rocking with us and you have been, and you've been, supporting us, we're actually moving. This is like the last time we're going to be in this space. It's kind of sad. Not sad, bittersweet. But I just want to say thank you for supporting us. And, it's not a small way to us. We're grateful for whatever you send our way. But man, I am just, I'm grateful to you guys, man. That you've given your hard-earned dollars to us to support us, to help build our show. It's episode 279, I think, right now. If I said 278, I'm sorry, 279 right now. Never thought I'd get this. We would end up here. We'd be moving again to another studio. Just want to say thank you, guys. But yes, we are here. Welcome back. Welcome home. Mike set this up, so right now, he wrote something before he dipped in my journal. I'm going to check it out. It's something he wants me to respond to. This is my first time seeing it, so I don't know what I'm walking into. I'm a little nervous, but here we go. Oh, man. Dang. That's really nice, man. He wrote, "You are a really good storyteller." Dude, that's really nice. Wow. That's cool, man. Oh, man. Mike's one of the people I think that I spend the most time with, friend-wise, in person. So to hear him say, or to just see that written in my journal, it's really, really cool. He put an exclamation point on the end of it there. Because there's definitely moments, Mike, I'll talk to you where I feel like I'm not. Or I feel like, like I've lost a step, or like maybe I'm not cut out for the thing I love to do. So that's really cool to see. To see that there. Mike's a good friend, man. Mike's a good dude. I know when he says something that matters. That's such a rare thing, bro. And because he doesn't just throw shit around. He doesn't throw compliments around. He doesn't. I think it's funny always, but I really respect that quality about him, where it's like he doesn't try to make you feel anything if he's not vibing with you. I always say, like, when you meet Mike, you know where you stand with him usually pretty early on. Now that could be misconstrued because sometimes he's not the most like out the gate like open and like hey, come on over, like come hang with us, this and that. Like I wouldn't say he's that kind of personality, but also once he does invite you in, it's like a very honest, organic friend relationship that you can build. It's very rare you meet people like that, like Mike. Dude, I'm keeping this page for sure. This is a great gift, man. One line, one compliment like that. You're a really good storyteller. Because I've been working with, another best friend, Adam Louder. I've been working with him, shout out, on this feature, man. And I was just thinking about it today. One of the greatest gifts you can give someone is like what Mike just gave me, and is like a belief in themselves, right? There's times where people will be kind enough in an honest way with you, where they will give you a compliment or create a space for you, where they will bring you into an opportunity because they know you and they love you and they believe in you. And one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen in, I guess it's like 14 years pursuing storytelling right here. It's gone through many iterations and many versions. Like I feel like I'm on version like 25 of like my storytelling life. But to work on this feature film, it's called Wayward Kin. I was in a place where I was like very down about life. I was on version like 18 of storytelling Dave. This career idea, this like version of myself that I would put out, and I would, live my life through this version of this lens. And I was very like driven at this version. I was just talking about it last episode, but I was very like willing to do whatever to just break this glass ceiling idea of like this, whatever, this like, this thing that seemed to be, I needed to be, I guess, consumed by it. I needed to consume myself with it in order to reach a heavenly place in it, to like be at peace, to be joyful, to experience the fruits of all this life that I was like charging up for, this fame shit. And at 2020 goes down, and like the things I was chasing and the rooms I was in and the fame I was after and the level of stories I was trying to tell, I wouldn't say it was all impure. Like I was reading the greatest plays in the world. I was acting in those things, and I was traveling overseas to tell them, and going to places I've never been, and it was really cool. And a lot of it, there was real purity to it, but there was always a tinge of like, I didn't realize how consumed I was with it and what I was willing to give up for it. and how much it meant to me to like make it, quote unquote, and whatever that looked like. I don't even know. I know it involved millions of dollars, and I know it involved like moving my mom to Beverly Hills. Like that was literally in this fantasy. And, when 2020 happened, everything stopped, and it gave me such like this is why God is so great, man. And I'm going to talk about God, man. I hope I don't deter you guys, but I'm just going to be honest with you. This whole episode, I'm going to be very honest with you. I had lost who he was to me. I did not feel connected to God, but I know God definitely put a halt to things and gave me a perspective that I could have never found without the halt, without the cutoff from the source. My friends moved. My community of people, like, they disbanded. The things that I was feeding off of to get energy and like excitement and to feel like I belonged in this world, to feel like I was advancing my career, like, it was all put to a halt. The phone stopped ringing, and I'm there, and the thing that I love, and the person that's decided to live their life with me, I'm cutting off because I can't look at myself in the mirror, without this thing, this like buzz from, my fame climb, my actor's journey, like Dave comes from nowhere, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, to the fucking hills, and the industry fucking swells up and grabs him, and he rides the wave into famedom. Hands on the fucking. Anyway, I look back, it's foolish, but it was put on hold, and it gave me that time to like really reflect. And yeah, I always thank God for that time, because I had to lose a lot of things. He had to like. I was referenced like this perfect metaphor. When I heard it, I was like, dude, but a seed has to like fully destroy itself before it could become a flower, before it can grow. Seed has to be like broken down and destroyed and changed, right? And broken. And I was broken, man. I was broken. I had no hope. I didn't even want to do shit. I didn't want to tell a story like Mike is saying right here, the thing you're really good at. Like, I was off it. I was done. It's crazy, but it's true. I was done. I had a friend, and this is my boy. This is my brother, Adam. He would, God bless him. There's nothing stops Adam. Adam is a tank of like will, and especially back then, like doubly. Like, we used to just feed off each other in that way. It's, I don't know if it was healthy or not. Like, I for myself, I would just like charge myself up, and then I'd just complain to Adam about the shit I didn't like, and he'd be a fucking shoulder for me and an ear. And then we would like construct something together. It was just, for me, I was like, it's a beautiful friendship. I'll explain why, but yeah, man, I don't know. There's a lot. I could say a lot, but I guess I'm trying to filter it. He would hit me up for these. He came up with these like COVID film festivals. So we're not even living around each other no more. And God bless him. He's trying to keep that energy going. He's trying to give people a place to like still create during the time where nothing was being created. And I would just be like, yeah, sure. I'll do that. And then I wouldn't film nothing. I wouldn't act. I wouldn't write. Didn't care. I was playing like Xbox and eating whatever my wife was baking, whatever cake of the week was on the counter. Like, I was a mess, dude. And I'd given up. I felt like I was giving up. And yeah, Adam didn't quit on me, man. I gotta say, there was a time where I wouldn't even. I'm sure I wouldn't answer him, wouldn't text him, wasn't calling him, and we would talk every day before. And Mike too, it was the same similar thing where I just felt myself disconnecting. I felt myself like isolating. And Adam reached out one day, and he goes, I just floating around this idea. I've been reading these books, and I just was wondering, like, if you had to tell one story, if this was the last story you were going to tell, right? If this was it, what story would you tell? And I just didn't want to hear it. So I just said, I'll think about it. And couple weeks went by, and my wife, God bless her, had like begun to talk to me and communicate me in a really honest way, sat me down and made me face my problems. And she held that mirror up for me, and it was in the midst of like, Adam reaching out. So I started going to therapy, started finding a prayer life, and that was very much a side effect of being friends with, someone who has a spiritual life. Yeah, and then the question started to ring even truer. Like it made me just think a bit deeper. It kind of like was like a nagging, just like a gnat that wouldn't leave. Like it just kind of kept buzzing, and there was some kind of part of my instinct that wouldn't let that question die. And so, we would meet, and the next time we spoke, I said, I don't know why, but brothers is something I just keep thinking about, because I was thinking about him. I was thinking about like Mike. And I didn't have no brothers growing up. I didn't have, I wasn't blessed with like brothers, but I always looked at people who were brothers, and I still do to this day. And I'm like, it's a beautiful relationship. It's just amazing to have someone in your corner who's always like pushing you, who always loves you no matter what. Who always has your best, like, they're always thinking about you. Like, even when they're not thinking about you, they have your best in their heart. Like, they want you to succeed, even when they're not thinking about you. It's a bond that can't be, it's a bond that just exists cellularly, And so I was talking to Adam about that, and I said, dude, I don't know what the fuck this means, but I brothers, fucking, because I'm trying to say to him, I fucking love you, and I'm trying to say to the people I love, like I love you, and that should be spoken about in story. And so we worked our way from that to like, God bless him, dude. He just kept calling. I wasn't pushing the issue; he just kept calling, and we go through so much time like working on a premise of like, sure, brothers, but why? Why? What's the thing we're trying to imbue with another person who may watch? There was a whole other thing going on with me, which I'm a little nervous to get into. I don't know if I should or not, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, like this idea of you can be outside world looking in, you could be doing something, you could be very active, you could be pursuing something, right? And you can trick yourself almost into this idea that this is for the greater good. This is for you. This is for the person who needs help. This is for my family. This is whatever. But you can trick yourself into doing this thing for that reason, when in total reality, when it's stripped down and boiled down, it's a selfish endeavor, right? And so what I found is like a lot of my life up to that point had been this selfish endeavor. And in a relationship I had my whole life with this person was like, I had found at that time, that specific time, that I was at real odds, because I felt that they couldn't see, this pure thing that could exist in our relationship, where it's about you when you're for me, and it's not about a good time or a new partner or I guess I'm trying to say like one of my favorite things in acting, I think this is why I love acting so much, and I'm remembering it now, is there's nothing more important than the person in front of you. There is no greater treasure than the person in front of you, right? And for me, that idea, that that specific like statement rings so true. We walk through life, you see people every day. You know, some of you wake up next to people every day. But you walk out of your house and you see people driving their car down the street. You go to the bank, the teller's right in front of you. You grab some food, you grab a coffee. There's people that are sipping right next to you, right? You have family, you have a mother, you know, maybe a father, maybe, you know, some cousins, whatever. And I'll speak for myself. I can forget that there is a universe of experience and emotion and meaning and knowledge and wonder and hurt and I can just walk right by them. I can not pick up the phone for them. I can forget that, you know? And I'm not going to pile on myself for that, but I am going to call that out, that is possible in this life that we live. We live in 2024. There's flashing lights everywhere. There's a screen that takes our attention off of life around us to observe life through a digital screen. There's jobs that require a lot of us, right? And they could wear you down. Your energy could be diminished and you could forget these things. They require time. It requires time and thought. It requires you looking in someone's eye. It requires empathy. Empathy is built off of empathy, doing it before, you know, leaning in, listening. That's how care is like established. That's how you grow that muscle. And you know, for a time, like, I don't know, acting kind of reminded me of that. And it's amazing, like, I'll speak for myself again, just how much my quality of my life is improved when my attention is not on myself, but on the person in front of me. And anyway, so that's how the premise was kind of landed on, and that's how the story became what it is, the film. And I don't even know why I'm talking about the film anymore. I'm trying to remember why I started from this place. I guess the guy to like clue you in, and I spoke on it before last pod. But yeah, it's come to the standstill. Oh, that's how it came to the standstill at this point where we did all this work, and I made so many like awesome relationships with people I fucking love. Like, dude, the daughter in the film, my daughter in the film, her name's Avery. And we worked together right before she was like a kid. She was still a kid. She still is a kid, but like she was a kid. And now I'm seeing her on like social media, and she's continued to live her life. And like, I get the Christmas cards from the family, and it's just cool, man. I really, that's why I think storytelling is so important to me, and being involved in story, because I got to experience an incredible sharing of our like I know who she is and she knows who I am for sure. And, you know, I hope everyone can experience that. I don't know. You don't need acting to experience that, to be vulnerable with another person, and to share who you are and be held, and then to receive who another person is in return. But I do think it's the greatest gift in the world. I think acting was just a conduit for me to kind of put a label on why I love what I love so much. It really is about the person in front of me. And that's what this podcast is too. I guess in a sense, I'm not. Anywho, Mike, thank you for the compliment, man. You're a really good storyteller. I'm going to give you one too, bro. I won't say it on the pod so you can't hear it, but I will write you one. And then I want you to respond to it. But yeah, I falter with that. I flounder with that. Oh, one of the coolest things about that whole experience was like going back to Adam and getting to that point, where we were doing shit we never did before. We were doing shit where like I didn't think I'd ever produce anything, that wasn't like a little baby short with some fucking people that I know will show up that I love. Shout out Carl, Jordan, Shireen, Cecilia, Tori, man, Marina, Carlotta. There's the Potenzas. Man, Nick, there's just so many people I gotta thank, man. I'm just realizing there's a long list of people that devote their time to a story, some idea. I just hope it gives them hope, man. I hope it gives them purpose, and they feel fulfilled, or have felt fulfilled in the past. Anywho. Cliff, Mincy, Ale. I'm just rattling off really significant people. They're not just people. But getting to see, for me, this guy who I just like met, only a few years before, who was such a close friend and so fast became such a close friend. Become a director, like a captain on a team where he wasn't demeaning or I'm going to say the word weak. It wasn't like, I guess weak isn't a good word to say or a strong adjective, but like he was so, just to see Adam float from like scene to scene with people he had just encountered and myself and his wife, and to hold together this like, and grow and foster this like little family that shot a story which like is our blood. Like it is our cry to the world to say, we see you. I hope you see us. And I hope this helps you because we're sharing all of it. To see him in that place was one of the most rewarding things as a brother I've ever experienced, man. Yeah. It's amazing how like you can experience that in life. The older I get, like my birthday's next month, the older I get, the more rare I realize like it's just so rare. And life can be so welcoming and significant. To just see him succeeding in the thing we would talk about before. The film is not even out and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But, we would walk the streets of Harlem. We'd walk the streets of Harlem talking about this, waiting for our opportunity. And then through this new version of us transitioning into this, let's forge our own path, let's not wait for anyone to say yes or no. And I think that was the right move, man. And it came from him. And I'm just glad, he saw anything in me that he even called me to be involved. He to not to only be involved, the first story he's directing like this, in this format is the story that he came to me to express, like to write with me. Like he spurred it from me. He could have went off and done his own thing and been like, good luck to you, man. Like, I'm here if you need me. Shout me out if you need anything, but I'm going to go do my thing. No, he invited me along. And just to be invited onto something like this I can be very jaded. I've worked with it for so long, and every step of it, I produced it as well. We're working in post-production now, trying to help it get out. But I just got to say how grateful I am that if it never comes out, that I really got to live out my dream, and I got to see my friend, my brother, step into his thing, man. It's so cool to see that. To see my wife, dude. My wife stepped into her dream. Oh, bro, and it's like a shoe that just fit. I was telling my mom this this week. I was moving my sister out of school. We drove down to her school, and we were speaking in the car. I love talking with my mom, man. Got this new version of our relationship. I keep saying version. This new chapter of our relationship. And I get to just sit and talk with my mom honestly. And it's the first time I've gotten to talk with my mom or my dad honestly in my life. And I don't really fear them much anymore, but I do love them so much. And I want to talk about that too. Let's write that down so I don't forget. But we were talking about my wife, and she was just saying how much she loved my wife and she thinks she's beautiful, right? And I remembered this moment. I have these flashes in my memory, but like one of them that was real significant was, my wife's journey was like so up and down. It was unfair for her to like try to pick a thing at like 19, which I still think is insane that anyone does that. I did that, but I was lucky to find what I love. But, she wasn't so lucky at first. So it was like, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do journalism, then I'm going to do fashion, then I'm going to do this. And all the while dealing with like a lot of stuff, a lot of real life fucked up problems that you don't choose, that you just get bestowed on you. And she was so strong that she just never gave up, dude. She did whatever she had to do. She bro. She would restart, right? When there was nothing. It was just her, right? I'm there, but I'm not like doing work for her. But I remember one time she came, I would go to her place. And this is after we were engaged. She's studying for the MCAT, right? She's just getting back on her feet. Total restart. Total restart. And an MCAT, that's like one of the hardest tests. I mean, I couldn't do it, That's not saying much. But I definitely couldn't do it. And I would walk into, let's say her bedroom. And her whole wall is papers stuck to the wall. She dedicated fucking like 9 months to studying for this MCAT every fucking day. And it was just like, she would study all day to the point of like breaking down. She had to find out how her brain function worked. That's how dedicated she was. She had to find out how her brain function worked. She took a test to see like, oh, your brain holds this much information usually at this rate with this amount of time. And then when you hit this hour or this 45-minute window or whatever, take a 10-minute break and your brain's going to need recharge a bit. And then that's how she was like an athlete. She was like a brain athlete. And her whole fucking wall, I remember I used to walk in and the paper would fall, I put it back up, or she put it back up. She retained all this fucking information, and we drove out, we took this test, she came back, results came in, she fucking passed. She swore she's not going to get into school, she gets into a fucking med school. She gets into med school, stuff doesn't go right, she doesn't fucking quit, she sticks with it. And now she's a full-blown doctor. I met this girl in a bakery. That's still in my mind. So it's just like, To see her win, dude, and it's not all easy. It's not like it's fucking it's sunshine and rainbows now. It's not. There's so much challenge that comes with what she chose to do and what she loves to do. She loves to do it. She does shit I can't even talk about. But like life-saving shit, you know? Shit. And then also like the other side of that, you know, being hand in hand with the end of it, speaking with family. I don't know how she does it, dude. I'm at a loss that this person, this fucking person is in my house, in my apartment with me. I'm blown away. And then I'm on a date with her at Chipotle, like for like an hour, just because we have an hour together. But like to see her win, dude. I'm just realizing like, and I've been since my grandfather passed. It's the making the thing with Adam and seeing Adam win. It's a seeing, just being supportive of my wife and seeing her win. But it's the spending that time wisely. You know, I'll never not want to create a thing with someone I love and believe in because I want to see them win. I want to see them enjoy the dance they're dancing in the moment. That's the treasure I'll take with me. I want to see Mike succeed in his whatever, dancing in the moment. Because the stuff doesn't matter. The material things are not going to matter. The businesses, the cars, the clothes, that stuff's just going to get wiped away. It's not going to be here. But a life isn't wasted if a life is experienced fully. And I'm realizing like that's the best way I can experience my life is seeing my the people I've been blessed enough to I just want to see them dance, man. Hurts me to see people struggle, man. And I realize everyone, and just talking to Chris a couple weeks back, social media give you an idea, right? This false narrative of like how shit's going. But just like everyone's carrying around some kind of burden, man. Everyone's carrying around some kind of like real luggage, real painful luggage. Some struggle, some math equation they just can't solve or get around. And everyone's got one. Everyone's got one. I guess I just want to be on the lookout for those things more. I want to facilitate how people dance more. And when I say dance, I mean like find their tune, find their rhythm, find their dance floor with them and just observe them dancing on it. Metaphorically. Or literally, if they're dancers. I don't know. But shit can seem real dark sometimes. And I know some days you wake up with like why did I still do the thing I struggled with for years? Why do I still do it? And that's a hard question you may never find an answer to. I highly suggest looking up and looking out and observing and listening and seeking and absorbing like these energies around you, these people, this life, these things. Yeah, you can find beauty in a window, dude. You can find beauty in a window. The sun shines for everybody at some point, man, and I'm looking at it shine on these trees out here right now. And I said it before, but like, man, sometimes the sun on your face, dude, you could forget there's a sun on your face. There's warmth there. I'm just trying to observe that more. Just trying to observe that more and realize that's a choice. Chris told me a couple weeks ago, man, he said it wasn't a call out, but I took it as that, and I'm glad I did. It felt like it was checked, like I needed to hear it. It was checking me. But I could get real stuck in this mortality shit where I just focus on the past and I just look back and I get sad. I'm like, man, so much shit's past me. Those dances I've seen, they're done. They're gone. And like I say, hyper focused on that. And yeah, Chris was just saying, dance, motherfucker, dance. Don't stay there. You got the music's now. The music's happening now. Like, this is the time to live. This is the time to embrace what's around you, to drink the water that's in your cup, man, and to not worry about when the next cup's coming or where the last cup went. Again, I'm thankful for friends, man, and people who are around me that they're willing to share. They're willing to dance in front of me. They're willing to like express themselves and to. I got good friends, man. I haven't been the best friend, but yeah, I'm working on that too. Just know that, like, if we haven't spoken, I really mean this. Like, if we haven't spoken, you don't choose love. That's what I wrote. You don't choose love. I can't choose what my heart decided to grab out and hold on to and put in. Like, I didn't choose that. It chose that. Something in me said, this is important and meaningful, and this is love. Whether it be that person's actions or some cosmic thing, some spiritual thing I can't describe with words. Like, you don't get to choose that. I don't choose that. I love Mike. Our past dictated that. His actions, who he is as a person now, it flourishes, it changes, it grows. It doesn't stop. And I think that's really significant. Like, I can't choose who I love or love in the past, who I loved. Like, that love, that relationship, if I don't speak now to you, if we don't talk every day, if our lives have changed, if our lives have, which they all will, if we've moved on, just know that I love you, man. That I really love you. That there's, if I see you, if I think of you, it is a loving energy. I have nothing but that for you. And I always will. And I'll always be here. As long as I'm breathing, like, I can't choose that. I can't turn that off. It makes me sound cheesy and like, what, I'm willing to play the fool. I'm willing to be laughed at. I'm really grateful I'm like that now. I'm grateful God put that on my heart. Because I know I'm loved. I know I was put here to express myself fully and selfishly or selflessly express myself so that you step out of that dark spot a little bit too. I hope you're not willing to fall on your face. You're not unwilling to fall and trip and look like a fool and fuck up. I hope you're willing to like try. I hope you're willing to try, man. You're capable of it. You're capable of it. And you tell yourself you're not. Some force is telling you that you're not. It's not true. It's not right. You don't have to listen. You can tell it no. The odds of you being here, the odds of you breathing air today, stepping up, stepping out into the sunlight, right? You have a wealth of experience. You've been through so much to be right here. And there's so many times forces will come into your life and your own brain will trick you and tell you to stay down, stay here. You don't have to step in the light. Stay in the dark. You can't. You can't do it. Tell them to hit rocks. Tell them to kick rocks. You don't need to listen. Because I struggle with that all the time. But the one thing I got going for me, and it's taken a long time to get here, and a lot of people, and God Himself, is just to remember that, like, just I'm not perfect. Not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna drop the ball. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna look foolish in the eyes of others. And what changes? Nothing. At the end of the day, I still have a heart. I still have all this potential. I can still create a beautiful thing. I can still be a loving person to my neighbor. I can still choose to be kind. That's on me. But I can't do that stuff unless I'm willing to fail. Unless I'm willing to grow. That's the only way I'm going to grow. It's the only way I'm going to learn who I am. You can't do that in a safe room. You can't do that protecting an image, you know? And if there's something that I'm holding on to, I always say, take it from me. Take it from me, God. Take it away. Because I know you got the better plan than I do. You know, I want to be a vessel of something greater than me. I know it's this interesting thing, I think, where, like, you just have to remember you're put here for a reason, man. There's a reason you're here. There's a reason you're still here. Man. I talked about it a couple weeks back, but, like, there was a person who reached out to me on social media, someone I didn't know. And when I followed up with them and I learned more about them, I learned that they were a mother of someone who took their life. 19-year-old young man. And it broke my heart, dude. I still think about it. It still hurts me, like, when I see stuff come up. Because, like, I see... Because everyone struggles with different stuff, but I'll see... Just like when they're, a person's young. And the eyes, I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. Like, you don't see yourself. You could not see yourself out like someone who loves you sees you. That's dangerous. So I pray that today, at least, like, you see yourself the way someone who loves you sees you. Sometimes I feel like I'd see myself like the person who would hate me most sees me. Like a dude who I did wrong sees me. Yeah, I just want to see me the way a father would see me or a mother would see me, man. And that's what I hope for you. Yeah, I hope, guys, please, man. If you're not feeling like you're seeing yourself well, like, look outside, look at the people that love you, man. They'll tell you. Ask them, why? Like, why do you love me? What is it? Talk about it. Ask them. Don't be afraid to feel foolish. Like, ask them, what is it about me? Yeah. What is it about me you love, man? Because I can't see it. And Mike put that right here. You're a really good storyteller. Thank you, Mike. I don't mind crying in front of you guys. I got nothing to hide. I know someone will hear it. And for that mother, man, you're so strong. You devoted, I could tell how much you love your son. That love is just, it's a tidal wave. It's a sea of love. You can't express it. You devote your life to his memory and also using the love you have for your son and spreading it now to people who are questioning, going on, continuing, waking up. I have so much respect for you. I don't know how I would respond I don't know if it would be like how you respond. And that's a choice that you make. Yeah. I don't know if I should shout it out or not. I don't really know. I guess it'll find you organically, her stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking about him, man. And I don't think he had friends like I have who write nice things in my journal. Or I guess that's a negative thought, but who do creative stuff with them or who do podcasts with them, who find love in a partner, who believe in him. And I know he had a family who believed in him. I know that. I know he had a mother who did. Continues to, even so. So I just hope that if you're in that place, man, you ask that question, because you can't see it for yourself, but sometimes you have to say that I can't trust my own eyes, and it hurts, and it's painful, dude. It's painful to be in that mirror, man. That mirror can kill. That mirror is a nightmare. That's that Narcissus thing. That's that you can fall in love with yourself in that reflection. And you could rip yourself apart in that reflection. It's the same. It could be a tool for bad either way, right? That mirror. And sometimes you need to just say to yourself, I can't trust my own eyes today. And that's the period on the end of the statement. You don't have to go any further, right? There's stuff we have to work on. Let's hit a pause on that. And let's say tomorrow we're going to pick it up again. But in the meantime, I'm going to go speak with my mom or my dad or my friend or the dude I haven't seen in a long time or my partner or my aunt and just say, hey, I'm having this trouble with my eyes today. I can't quite see myself right. Is there something you know for sure that you love about me? And I'm curious, this is a good prompt. I don't know if you're still listening. Thank you. But it's a good prompt. If anyone's ever said something to you where you almost couldn't believe it yourself, but they expressed to you why they love you or look up to you or whatever, I would love to know what that was in the comment section. This isn't I'm not trying to get you to do nothing. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I would love to read them. I would love to see how people have interacted with you in your life that you still think about, that gave you some kind of instilled hope, that will give someone hope when they see it and say, shit, maybe I need to pick up the phone or maybe I should go walk into the other room and talk to mom or call grandma or talk to the stranger at the Dunkin' Donuts, man. But that's real. I don't mean to laugh at it. I'm serious. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you just need to communicate, period. Sometimes you've been alone too long. Sometimes you haven't spoken to anyone in too long. I wish everyone had a podcast. I wish everyone had this. But above all, I wish for you that you take the action to do that if you're in a place where you don't feel that. And I know it feels dangerous, and I know it could be scary. But I promise you, on the other end of the action of doing this, or any version of it, if it's just like saying I love you to someone and hearing it back, really, whatever action you take from this moment, that I pray that you take it, that you find the courage. The prayer I always go back to is serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. The courage, this is important. Grant me the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, you can't control maybe how your eyes are seeing you, but what you can control is the next action you take. And if that action is like what we just talked about, the thing you really don't want to do, but you know will probably help you, it's stepping outside into the sun and going for a walk and realizing that like you're lucky to be here through that action, through that getting up out of the room and just walking out and going to find another perspective. You deserve that. You deserve that. And don't listen to anyone or anything that tells you you don't deserve it, because there will be that force too. That's not going anywhere either. But the light, it exists. It exists in others. It exists in you, most importantly. But it's going to take that action. So I pray that you take that action today. There's things that are coming that you can't see yet that are like, dude, marvelous, marvelous. You have to have faith, I know, to like see it, but it's coming, man. It's coming. Doesn't mean pain isn't coming. That's coming too. You can withstand that. Life does not give you just a ton of shit with nothing good. There's some kind of balance in this universe. You may not be able to see it, but it's there. So I pray that that you guys continue in your endeavors, man. Don't quit. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. Mike is a perfect example of how the universe will step in and just grant you a line on a page that will give you just what you need to continue the next step. Just the next step. Don't quit on yourself, man. Don't quit on yourself. There's more coming. Enjoy this day. This is all we're given. You are not promised tomorrow. You can't go back to yesterday. Enjoy this. This is a playground. This is a beautiful environment you got dropped into today. You still can feel and hear and see. You can go taste some things. You can touch things. You can do all this shit. Go do it. Go do it. There's so much surprise out there. There's just so much you haven't experienced yet, man. And if you're laughing at this, dude, I love you. It's okay. I know it's corny. I don't care. I don't care. It's the truth. It's how I feel. Yeah, if you don't, for the people that are laughing or the people that have clicked off, I pray for them too, man. Same thing. It doesn't change. Yeah, I hope you find some real grace and some grace for yourself. I hope I find grace for myself. That's the one I struggle with. Yeah, I pray that I find grace for myself, man. You don't choose love either, right? So just accept that. You may be feeling real pain from some experience you had in the past with someone you love that did you dirty or was elusive or didn't give you the love that you needed in return. I'm telling you, I still struggle, man. Still struggle with that, but we know that we're taking the poison. It's not, you wake up every day and you're like, damn, I wish things were different, man. I feel this way about them because they didn't give me what I wanted. I'm drinking the poison when I do that. I'm drinking it. You know, they continue to live. I'm the one drinking the poison every day. It's my choice. That's the difference. And I found for myself, man, there's a reason like To err is human and to forgive is divine. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to forgive others for how they've done you wrong, or you felt they've done you wrong. I believe you. I'm that dude. It's hard for me to forgive, but you have to. We have to. We have to forgive, man. Try to think about that this is a human thing. Whatever they chose to do, where they come from, they're a whole human being coming from a whole experience. It could have been terrible what they did to you. I pray that one day you get to forgive them so that you can move on. Because there's going to be some kind of meaning there and some kind of hurt until you do. Yeah, man. Well, that's it. That's the pod, dude. I'm going to shout out these sponsors real quick, man. I just want to say before that, thank you again, guys, for letting me get my thoughts out, for giving me a space. Thank you, Mike. I hope you're having the best time in Japan, bro. Just love you, man. I hope you come back. Just full of life, full of spirit, dude. I want you to go on a whole Studio Ghibli experience, where you're just floating in a ghost train on an ocean, and you just have an incredible time. That's what I hope for you. No, but I love you, man. Sebastian, I love you. I hope he gives you a hug from me. Mike, give him a hug from me. I love you and your family. And okay, here's the sponsors. OhagenCareerCoaching.com. Guys, if you're struggling in getting this next job, if you have an opportunity lined up, if you're looking at how to even get an opportunity to get a full-time gig at a nice big business or small business or whatever, a job that's going to set you up for your future, I got a guy for you. His name is Coach O'Hagan. He is going to coach you up. He's going to draw up the game plans. He's going to hear your fears. He's going to process that with 35 plus years of managing teams in businesses, managing all kinds of personalities, hiring, firing, all of it. He's seen it all. He's the guy you're going in to see. He's been there. I need you to reach out to him. I'm telling you, he's going to hook you up. OhagenCareerCoaching.com. You're going to have one-on-ones. You can set up your plan. That's perfect for you. But he will get you the big game, the big play. He's going to draw it up, and you're going to be the dude throwing the pass, catching the touchdown, and signing off on those new checks, those new fancy checks. OhagenCareerCoaching.com. AnytownActorsLab.com. Just spent the whole podcast basically talking about this guy, Adam Louder. Shout out. Dallas-Fort Worth area. Dallas Mavericks fan. Okay? They're in the playoffs now if you're watching. Go watch the games. So I think they got a chance this year. I really do. This might be their year, but AnytownActorsLab.com. You want to learn how to act. Okay? We talked a lot about acting. Dude, it's a gift. It's a gift, but let me tell you, it's a craft. It takes a teacher, a way of thinking to develop a tool belt and an art form. There is no way around it. It's going to take someone who's been there, who's doing it. That's your guy. That's your guy. Adam Louder at AnytownActorsLab.com. He's going to coach you up, man. He's going to give you the tool belt you need to work on. I just did script analysis this week. Use that from this Adam Louder's Anytown Actors Lab. Particularizing things, getting myself ready for this role. No big roles. There's no small roles. There's all just roles. Everyone plays a role. AnytownActorsLab.com. Check out the YouTube. Check out the TikTok. It's giving away free stuff. Once you see that stuff, go hit him up on the website. You're going to get a free consultation to pick his brain. He's ready for you. Go learn how to act truthfully under imaginary circumstances with Adam Louder at AnytownActorsLab.com. And Patreon.com. Just want to say thank you for everyone who supports on Patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. If you want to, check us out, man. We appreciate it. You don't have to ever. You can continue watching for free. We don't ask for anything. But if you do want to support us, man, that's really cool. It's really cool of you. And we'll put your name here. You will be in the cornerstones, the annals of the You Are Here estate that we are building. We're moving studios, so we'll put you somewhere. So thank you guys. And if you are a sponsor, if you have a small business and you're interested in being a sponsor of the You're Here podcast and having us shout you out, hit us up on our website. It'll be listed down below. In the meantime, guys, signing off, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for your time. I really do love you. And man, it's been fun. Thank you for hearing me out and let me express my thoughts and caring about me as a person. Thank you for all the kindness you've shown me. Can never repay you for that, and I'm grateful for your time. All right. My name is Dave. Please be kind to yourselves. Please be kind to one another. Boom.
Okay, now I gotta really do it. Dave, you have to. Don't look behind you. We're good. Yes! I don't want to look at this anymore.